Hello, I'm Tanya from Teach English Online, and welcome to part 4 of our 5-part series of how to teach English online. So maybe you're already a teacher, but you're looking for other options, or you're just trying to see what is out there for you if you were to teach English online. Now, in today's video, or in this video, we're going to talk about working as a freelancer for a virtual company. In the other videos, we talked about working on your own, building your own business, using a platform to help you kind of position yourself. Now, this option is for those of you who are not really interested in building a business or a brand. Maybe you're thinking, I don't want to do social media. I don't want to do marketing. I have no interest in the business side of teaching online because that's a lot of work. You're thinking, I just want to show up and I want to teach. So if that's the case, then this option is probably pretty good for you. When you work as a freelancer for a virtual company, you typically just set your hours. They funnel the students. So all you have to do is show up, plaster on an amazing, energetic smile, and teach your heart out. Now, some of the pros and cons. Okay, so the pro of this one, let's start with the cons actually. So the cons are pretty minimal. Number one is you don't have a lot of flexibility for negotiating your rate. They're pretty set. A lot of companies, it depends. Some offer much higher payments than others. So really do your research. Also look into what they require. Some require a degree in teaching, a few years of experience. Others just require you to be a native speaker. So you want to see which one is the best fit for you. Other than that, though, I had a really good experience. So I can only speak to working for Education First. There are a lot of other companies, but this one for me was amazing. I thought they had amazing students. Their customer service was awesome. Oh, that's the other thing. When you work for a company, also check out what their customer service is. Like not customer service, but the support team for you. So what happens if you can't teach? So I really, really appreciated this from Education First. They had a great staff support. If I was sick or had an emergency, they had really easy ways of communicating and getting a substitute. So the client, the student, was still satisfied and you were able to go on with your life and your business. So those are some of the points to consider. Something else to think about. So number one, think about the rates. So you want to do your research, see what rates, what price points are comfortable for you. Number two, think about what do you want to teach? Do you want to teach adults, children, or teenagers? I'll be honest, a division is usually made between teaching kids and teaching adults. So that's something that you want to, that'll guide you to the companies. Some companies only focus on children, some have both, some have only adults. The next thing you want to think about is time zone. So for example, a lot of companies are based in Asia. So this is great if you're in North America and you're looking to teach early morning, maybe before your kids go to school, or late in the evening because you're a night owl. Then that kind of company, that kind of demographic is great for you. Maybe you're looking to teach early afternoon. Again, if you're in North America, that means your market is probably Europe because that's their evening. So you want to think about what hours are you going to be available and what company has the kind of clients that are best suited for that. Let's see, what are some other good tips for this one? Honestly, I think it's really great. The biggest thing is going to be interviewing well, making sure you have the requirements that they need of you. And if you don't, then you can find a way to get them. Maybe you don't have a certification, but you can get certified online. Maybe you don't have enough experience. Okay, figure out a way to get that experience, for example. But try to get the interview anyway. Maybe there's enough demand that they can make some allowances for you. That's the other thing. A lot of people ask me, do I need to have a teaching degree? So when you're doing it on your own, typically you don't have to, but at the end of the day, your work speaks for itself, right? If you've never taught a day in your life and you're not willing to put in the time investment to teach yourself how to teach, eventually that's going to come across in your reviews and you're not going to get any repeat students. The other thing is, if you're already used to this, great. And if you're not, professional development. When you're teaching on your own, even when you're teaching with a freelance company, because you're a freelancer, they can't demand any professional development hours from you. So you're on your own. And that means it's kind of cool because if you've been a teacher, a lot of those professional development series or times or whatever, I found to be less than ideal. However, when you're in charge of your own professional development, YouTube. You don't have to pay a cent. Go on YouTube, find different ways of teaching different skills. You're in charge of yourself. You need to keep up to date with technology. You want to learn about your students' cultures. There's so many different things that you can improve. All right, so this option of being a freelancer for a virtual company, remember, do your research, make sure that you understand what the rates are for different companies, read the fine print. By the way, that's my other thing. Not only do you read the fine print to understand what the demands are of you and what the requirements are, but also make sure that some of the companies, which I don't know if they can do as freelancers, so just you want to check your legal rights. But if it's an international company, a lot of them don't let you work for another company or do your own thing. So this is something important. If you just want to focus on, listen, I just want one company to work for and I want to show up and teach my heart out, great. If you think, okay, this is something I'm going to do in addition to making online courses, etc., you want to check the contract because it is serious. And remember to check time zones. When will you be available to teach? And that can make a difference. If you are only available in North America early afternoon, you're probably not going to get a lot of students if that's all you have available and the company targets children in Asia. And the other thing is, speaking of children, do you want to teach kids or adults, or are you open to both? Because that will help you narrow down the companies and where you're the best fit and what's the best fit for you. Okay, let me know in the comments section, do you currently work for a company? What has been your experience? Maybe you have friends that do, and what do they recommend for you? So for me, Education First was an amazing experience. I taught with them for 3 years, and honestly, I can't recommend them enough. I do know that there are other companies like GoGo Kids, VIP Kids. There are lots of virtual companies out there, which is so exciting. Like, this is a really cool time to be in this niche. Okay, share your experiences below. If you have any questions for future videos, I would be happy to make for you. And I'll see you next time.